Hey everyone, welcome back to the Lethal Library. I am Stephanie,
I'm Dani.
and we're here to talk about another true crime in Idaho. What do you got for us, Dani?
This guy's a dick. Uh, don't do drugs, kids.
No drugs, kids.
Just say no. In today's episode, we have, of course, drugs. Kids are finding multiple weapons in the middle of nowhere.
The fuck?
And a judge that keeps fucking things up.
Not the second one wasn't a common theme we've had, but judges fucking things up and lots of drugs. Common themes. Let's try to not do that, folks.
So, on Thursday, July 16th, 1987, a hitchhiker was picked up near St. Anthony, Idaho, and was questioned about an incident that had happened earlier that morning in Ashton, Idaho. Very close together, these towns. Ashton, Idaho has a population of about 1,200 people and is located about 30 miles west of the Wyoming border. It's in the middle of nowhere.
And very far east.
It's almost Yellowstone.
Yeah. I've never been there. Never even, I don't know if I've been through there. If I have been, I don't remember.
I almost feel like you have to go through there to get to Yellowstone.
I haven't been to the Yellowstone.
No?
Mm-mm.
Have you seen the Yellowstone TikToks?
Yeah, can we talk about that? Is that an official account or did they just
no.
up the name?
It is official. I do think it's
I
an
think
official.
these parks employees are like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to do what I want. And I'm probably going to get laid off anyway, so.
They're doing a good job. A little risque. It's pretty
Risque.
funny. If you haven't seen it, go check out. I think it's Yellowstone National Park.
I think that's what it is. But yeah, so
And so who's the guy that they're doing the bunch of they're stitching with this guy that's like kind of like a thirst trap guy. Have you seen those?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So and then playing very inappropriate music. You're like, oh my God.
Yeah, like my neck, my back, or some other. There's like some cupcake on there, which wow.
Boom, let's go. I love it.
Whatever the parks need to do to get support and get people to go to the parks.
They did some 9-inch nails.
Yeah, connect with the younger generations. Yeah. I'm here for it.
I'm old and I like it. So anyway, that's where we're at. We are in the mountains.
Way yonder.
Yeah. A woman was found shot to death at a local grocery store. Mike Rice last saw his wife Teresa about 8:30 p.m. on Wednesday night when he left the store to take the couple's 2 children to a 4-H event. This is so small town, right?
It is. 4-H. Who doesn't love 4-H?
Love 4-H. Teresa Rice, 32, was discovered by her husband Mike the next morning, shot to death in the rear office of Jack's Super Food Store.
Not at the Jack's.
It's like a whole, like, I think it was probably the only shopping center in Ashton, but it was like there was other businesses there. I could just kind of think of the Ridleys in Middleton.
Yeah.
That's what I'm envisioning.
That's what brings it to my mind, yeah.
Okay. Teresa and her husband Mike owned the store. A man who lived across the street from the store said he saw nothing unusual Wednesday night, but told the police that a lighted sign that is typically on until midnight every night was not on the night of the 15th.
Ooh, very suspicious.
I just think it gives it also a good timeline, right?
Yeah.
Police found merchandise strewn all over near the cash register in the store, but authorities are unsure if there was a robbery taking place when the murder happened.
It could be staged. You never know.
Well, they just seemed to dig a little harder. Because after investigating, they said over or approximately $1,180 was missing along with some silver coins.
Oh.
I changed that number like 4 times through my research. Because it was like first it was like this much, then this much, then, oh, okay. And then we finally get to the trial. And I know it was $1,180. And it was silver dollars and dimes that were stolen.
Dimes!
Did not see that one coming. Yay!
You gotta tell them what. I have bronchitis, so
There's that.
there's that. But what movie was it? It's the Menendez brothers,
Yeah.
right? Where he
Dimes.
just needs dimes to make calls, and they're this rich family. They keep sending him like $100 in cash.
She's like, motherfucking dimes.
Dimes.
Oh, I wish I could remember. Like, if you would have asked me that 8 weeks ago, locked in. I could have
Yep.
quoted it. Okay. But, you know, I'm old. So there we go.
Same.
In August, detectives still don't have any good leads.
That's not good.
They believe the suspects must be transient. Police interview over 200 people.
That's at least there was a lot of interviews, because I feel like sometimes when they go with the transient or a traveler through, that they're like kind of pinning it on some unknown unicorn mystical, like it's just someone that floated away in the wind like dust. And it's like, no. So thank you for doing the interviews, but what's going on?
A 22 caliber gun was found by some children floating the South Fork of the Madison River near West Yellowstone, Montana, and they turned it over to authorities.
Good for you, kids. Thanks for not shooting your friends or
Keeping it, being like, don't tell my mom, I'm going to just put the...
I got a new toy.
The gun was sent to Boise for ballistic testing to see if it was the gun that shot Teresa. It wasn't. I'm just saying, this is, if you find a random gun, it was used for something that people don't
Yes.
just like, oh my God,
I'm sick of this gun. I'm going to throw it in a river.
I'm just going to throw it on the side of the river.
Don't ever, there's no such thing as like an Easter egg free gun happy time. You find a gun hidden somewhere out in like the wilderness, the river, it's not a prize.
No.
You don't want anything to do with that. Take it to the authorities immediate.
With gloves.
Yes. No touchy. Don't mess around with it. Don't fire. I won't see if it fires around. No, you don't.
No, you don't. You don't. Because nobody leaves their... I'm not saying it's never happened.
Someone could lose their pistol. Sure, might.
I've lost mine.
Whoopsie.
I got all the way back to the cabin. And I was like, oh shit. I rock hopped too hard, babe. I found it though.
She was jippity jumping over
everything. But I found it. Mm-hmm. But I mean, you get back to your truck and you realize your gun's gone. You're going back.
You're looking for it, yeah.
You're not just like, oh, well.
Shucks. Get a new one.
No, because your name is typically tied to it. Mm-hmm. So anyway, yes. Mysterious guns found out in the middle of nowhere are probably not good. Mm-hmm. Things have happened. So the investigators are looking beyond the Idaho state border for clues.
Okay.
Because right where they're at, you know, they're like,
right
hey, you got anything going on like this? So they're looking in Utah and Montana because there have been crimes that are similar. And they're trying to see if there's any common threads.
Yeah, who is this that's doing these things? Is it the same person?
Are we talking about, yeah. So just, but we've had people that go around and just shoot people and then move on to the next one and shoot people.
Yeah. Preach.
What was that one we did where they shot the old couple, but then they had shot the girl in the head that did the pump the gas?
Yes.
Yeah. So, I mean, fair. They should be looking.
Are just trigger happy and doing their nationwide tour of...
Nationwide, baby. A new composite drawing of a man that was seen in the store is released by investigators. They had released a couple. Right. But this one was special. Ooh. The sketch was taken by the last person in the store that night and was taken while under hypnosis.
Wow. This is a little woo-woo for me, but I'm not saying it's not a thing, but they clearly were exploring all avenues, so I have to give them that. They have interviewed 200 people. They're going across state lines.
200 out of 1,200.
Yeah.
The math is like, whoa, that's a big percentage.
Yeah.
The suspect is described as, okay, it's long, but I'm just going to read it all. The suspect is described as a male, approximately 31 to 32 years old, 5 feet 9 inches tall, slightly balding, dark round eyes, long eyelashes, narrow nose, dark, muddy complexion, and thick blue-black hair cut. I didn't understand this. I had to look up what blue-black meant. It's like
the blackest black.
yeah.
Yeah. I used to dye my hair blue-black.
Okay. Well, I didn't know.
Tonight will be the night that I will fall for you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And he was wearing a dark blue shirt.
Okay.
But that's not what led investigators to find a person of interest.
A person of interest. I'm excited because this seemed like a long shot.
On September 17th, police arrest Barryngton Eugene Searcy in Rexburg, Idaho.
Another Eugene. Is Eugene the Marie of middle names for men, or it was?
Yeah, I think so.
Wow.
And his name is spelled, it's Barryngton, but it's spelled Barryngton.
I don't like that. I don't like that.
Mom was hopping on the weird spellings like.
Stop that.
Yeah. He is charged with first-degree murder and robbery. The 21-year-old is held without bond in Bonneville County.
Only 21. Damn.
Yeah. He was arrested after a youth. I just think of that. What is that show with the Vinny, my cousin Vinny? Youth.
I don't know that reference.
Oh my God. Okay, I'm so fucking old. Do you know?
I've heard of the show.
My Cousin Vinny with Marissa Tomei. It's a movie. I'm gonna request that you watch it this weekend. And she's like, my biological clock is ticking.
Is it about a court case?
Yeah.
And that she knows about cars?
Yes.
I have seen it.
Okay.
Sorry. It takes a little bit for me to connect the dots sometimes, but I have seen it. Okay.
But they're from like New York. And he says, Ute. And the judge is like, you mean youths? Yeah. Utes. Okay. Sorry. Sidetrack.
Walking here.
He was arrested after a youth found a gun wrapped in duct tape and hidden under a rock southeast of Rexburg.
There's just freaking guns all over the place. It's literally an Easter egg hunt. What's happening here?
It is. And the detectives were able to trace the gun back to Searcy. Okay. First of all, wrapping duct tape around anything is just preserving evidence.
Yeah.
You gonna go fetch that gun later, you dumbass?
You don't want it to rust out and...
He's like, okay, so I'm gonna wrap it in duct tape and protect it so I can come back and get it later. What?
Okay.
Are you gonna go hunting with that? Are you gonna just carry around a murder weapon?
No. Take it to the
Idiot.
bottom of Lake Tahoe. Like, hello?
Yeah. I would like to find some power tools. Cut it up. Chunky, pieces here, pieces there.
Dissolve
I
it
mean,
in
I'm
some
not giving any
acid.
advice. I'm sorry. Wrap it up in duct tape and leave it under a rock where a youth can find it.
Put your name and business card as well in it.
Yeah.
Because you want to go back and get it. So if someone else finds it, they should contact you.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. If found, find slightly balding.
Not used for murders.
Round round eyes with black blue hair and return. Thank you. In a preliminary hearing, Rika Davis, a clerk at Jack's Highway Shopping Center, testified. She said she saw Searcy in the store that night around 8:10 p.m. the night that Teresa was murdered. I'm thinking Rika is the gal that was hypnotized and gave
I
them.
think so.
Yeah.
Because she must have just been
The
like the
last
last
person.
person in the store or something.
So, little town, little county, right?
And it sounds like the hypnotism kind of worked. Because, I mean, if you asked me, Steph, even 2 days ago, even yesterday, when you went to the gas station and got a soda, there was one other person in there and only the clerk. What did that person look like? I would be like, there was another person there. I couldn't tell you if it was a man or a woman.
Let's see.
If they were acting super suspicious, maybe I would remember.
So this is a very tiny county.
Yeah.
So Fremont County has to declare an emergency to pay for prosecuting him. The county had to get a line of credit of $50,000 from a bank.
And this is in the 80s, right?
Yeah.
Late 80s?
Yeah, they had to get a line of credit just to prosecute
Leave me
this.
alone, because apparently people want to murder in our county. Do not come to my town. Do not murder in my town.
In 1988, a request for a change in venue was requested by the defense team. They said the media coverage and the community outrage over a previous slaying of a teenager 5 years ago will prevent Searcy getting a fair trial in the county.
Okay.
The defense also said the county is so small that prospective jurors will probably know Teresa or others directly involved in the case.
Especially if it's the town store.
Yeah.
Of course they're
Fair.
going to know. Everyone goes there.
Fair. Yeah, absolutely. And let's just save ourselves some appeals later.
Yes, please.
It just reminds me of that, our motorcycle gang case where it's like they tried to do it in Spokane. I'm like, everybody's like, yeah, we've heard of it. Yeah.
We know about it.
And so they had to end up moving it over to King County. So that would have totally happened here.
Yeah.
Just save everybody some heartache. District Judge H. Reynold George ruled the trial be moved to Rigby, Idaho. Rigby is in Jefferson County, about 40 minutes from Ashton, which is a little bigger. Mm-hmm. And the trial starts on March 7th, 1988. A state firearms expert, Wally Baker, I like that name.
Wally Baker.
Yeah. He sounds smart, but kind of maybe fun. Testified he was absolutely positive that one of the two bullets that killed Teresa came from the same .22 caliber Ruger rifle that Searcy had purchased on July 7th, 1987 at a Kmart in Rexburg.
And that was only like a week before this happened.
Yeah.
The fuck?
And he's a kid. What an idiot.
Yeah.
Stop.
Go to the roller drome or something. Find a hobby.
Be buying guns about it. Well, Searcy takes a stand in his defense. He stated, so this is all his stuff. This is his story. It does have some juice, though. So I'm kind of like, I kind of believe it, but maybe not everything. So
let's hear it.
He stated that he fatally shot Teresa as she begged for her life.
All right.
He did it because he was addicted to cocaine and asked to be spared a first-degree murder conviction. I just didn't think cocaine was that. I think meth, heroin. Cocaine?
Yeah, most people don't there's people in very high-functioning jobs that use cocaine daily to this day. That it's not healthy. It's not a great coping mechanism or a way to do your job, but there are more people than you would ever think do cocaine. And people that you never thought would do cocaine because they're professional. And there's people out there doing cocaine. So maybe crack cocaine, because I've heard that has a little bit more.
I was just really surprised. And that didn't come up. It says 87.
Yeah. Everyone was doing cocaine.
Yeah.
Everyone was having a little bump. They're not out there murdering the town grocery store owner. For what?
To get a fix? You got a murder about it? Really? So he testified, quote, "I was the one who pulled the trigger."
Okay.
He said that Teresa would not have been killed if he wasn't addicted to cocaine. Prosecutor Peter Erblin said, quote, It sure looks like you planned, premeditated, and carried out the murder of Teresa Rice during cross-examination." Because he's asking for voluntary manslaughter, and he's like, "Oh, can we just talk about what you did?
You didn't slip and fall into a murder. You went there with a purpose.
You went to Kmart last week. Yeah. Okay. And then, you didn't slip and fall into that. You were absolutely correct. Searcy responded, quote, "I agree. It looks like that." Okay, taking maybe some ownership here.
But how is it not like that? Is the important part, right?
Yep. Searcy testified that he hid on top of a cooler in the back of the store.
Oh my God.
And he said he, quote, knew he was probably going to have to kill her. But he also testified he was relieved when he thought she had left the store, and he went into the office to find the money. But Teresa hadn't left.
He was too excited. He was doing bumps of cocaine on top of the cooler. Got him all worked up.
Teresa found him in the office and confronted him. He said she grabbed the gun, which fired, and the bullet struck Teresa in her abdomen. Quote, and then I just seemed so locked in. I didn't want to hurt her.
Okay.
Searcy ordered her to open the safe and told Teresa, oh my God. He told Teresa he would call an ambulance if she cooperated. Searcy then took the money from the safe. He stated, quote, I stood up and I thought, what do I do now? The whole plan seemed overpowering at that point. Yeah, because you don't murder, you don't hold
You
up.
have a choice at this point.
Teresa was leaning on the desk and he said, quote, I told her to lie down on the ground. Instead of that, she just slumped down in the chair because she's shot in the fucking stomach.
Yeah, she's not feeling great, bud.
Before I even thought about what I was doing, I put the gun to her head and shot her, Searcy said.
Sure. You want to say
Callous.
you didn't think about it or not? That what does that say about if you're willing to do that and not think about it? Then hey,
His whole angle is drugs, and you'll see a little bit more here later.
yeah. Again, though, with just cocaine, whatever.
Teresa prayed for her life as he shot her.
And if you remember that, you experienced that. So I don't care about your cocaine excuse. Plenty of people were doing cocaine and not doing this.
Not hiding on coolers and shooting people.
Yeah.
He stayed in the store for about 25 minutes after the murder and paced back and forth from her body to the door. Oh, panic set in, bed? You realize she just did this? Yeah, you did it. You did it.
Didn't need to.
Searcy also testified that he had been suicidal in the past and had committed 3 armed robberies in Utah.
Oh, so there was some similar things happening.
He also said the reason he tried to kill himself was so he wouldn't kill his family for their life insurance policies.
Pardon the fuck? No one does that. No one does that.
He had that thought process.
No one's like, gosh, I really want to kill everyone I know and get their life insurance. Because of that, I'm gonna kill myself. If you're having, no, I gotta just call bullshit. Like, people that are committing suicide are not doing it to prevent them from getting life insurance from murdering their families. No. You have to have a lot of ego and self-esteem to think that you can kill your family for life insurance. Suicidal people aren't really concerning themselves with that.
No. And I want to talk a little bit about Teresa. I didn't write this down, but her friend said she was feisty. She was an ornery gal. So
I bet she was like, who the fuck are you?
she grabbed the gun. Yeah. She would not back down. That's what her friend said. So, and you shouldn't. I mean, you should be able to stand, especially owning the store. But gosh, him being so young, she probably,
I bet she scared him.
I would have been like, are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah.
Really?
And just seeing that pushback when maybe he had his other armed robberies where they went over just perfectly to plan of someone being like, yes, go ahead.
No, she's like, no, we're not.
Well, he probably startled her too.
Shh. Well, maybe, no, because he was from Expert. I was saying maybe she knew him, but no, probably not.
But I bet it scared her because she wasn't expecting someone to be in that office.
Oh, absolutely. But she was a feisty gal and was like, grabbing the gun takes a lot of. Whoa.
Some balls.
Yes. I've been like, I would have yelled at him. Like, I would have scolded him like a child. But also, yo, respect, you got the gun. Take the money. Bye. I didn't even see you. I'm going to leave the store now. So I'm just going to leave. I would have. Nothing is worth it. You know, you see these, you hear stories of people.
Yeah, a young crackhead out here robbing.
Yeah. It's like, just don't let them take the money. They're going to fuck up their lives anyway. Just, yeah. The jury deliberated for a little over 3 hours before returning the verdict of guilty of first-degree murder, robbery, and using a firearm in the commission of a felony. All of those.
Every time.
And the death penalty is on the table for Searcy at 21.
What a shame.
Well, you don't go kill wives
No.
and mothers while they're fucking running their business, you D-bag. Authorities moved Searcy to the state's maximum security prison following the conviction. This pissed everybody off. Well, his defense team. But his defense attorney, Gordon Thatcher, is asking for Searcy to be removed from the prison because he's not been sentenced yet and still a prisoner of the county. He's like, whoa. Well,
Can we go back to the county one, please?
well, and I understand his reasonings, right? He has a sentencing hearing. He needs to work with them. He's like, you're going to make me drive all the way to fucking Boise to talk to my dude? He's like, this is not how it works at all. But, you know, Idaho, they
like to be very petty.
just do what they do. Oh, he's convicted. Let's go just. And his attorney Thatcher said Searcy was placed in Unit 8 at the prison that houses, and the Unit 8 houses death row and maximum security inmates.
Like, meet your new friends.
Yeah, scared straight. Too late.
I'm just trying to give him some enrichment time with his peers, his future peers. A little play date.
Searcy is moved to Unit 1 at the prison, which is a psychiatric unit of the prison. Well, so, because we all know that part of the sentencing, they go under psychiatric evaluation and all that stuff. So that kind of made sense. But still, he's not there yet. He should still be in county jail.
You're right.
In early April, Searcy is finally moved back to Bonneville Jail in eastern Idaho while he awaits sentencing. There we go. This is a thing that it's just like a toddler, right? Like, they're going to just do, the state of Idaho is just doing shit. Let's see if anybody catches them.
Yeah. Are you going to file a motion about it or what?
Fuck, he's a convicted killer. Searcy's defense team is asking Judge George to extend their deadline requesting a new trial. They said they need additional time to review files and do legal research to decide whether to ask for a new trial or not. Fair.
Okay.
You have like 45 days or some ridiculous shit. Like, we've seen it in these stories where they're asking for a new trial before they've even been sentenced.
It's like,
Wait, I'm so confused. What is happening?
need proper procedure.
Michael Cam, a court-appointed attorney for Searcy, asked Judge George to dismiss one of his 2 first-degree murder convictions, which didn't make any sense to me in the paper. So I wrote that down, and I want to.
He had 2 first-degree murder convictions?
Correct. That's what the paper said. But what I think they meant to say, I don't know. That doesn't make any sense. I don't know. It said he had 2 first-degree murder convictions. One for the murder and one for the robbery? I don't
They
understand.
must have said something wrong.
Because I was thinking, well, maybe they mean 2 life sentences. But he hadn't been sentenced yet. Okay. Anyway, help me with the chaos. But his attorney was saying to dismiss one of the convictions because he is facing double punishment.
Maybe one of the other charges, like,
Well, I think it might have
commission
been
of a crime or something.
you're going to hear what he gets convicted of. I mean, sentenced to, but he was convicted of murder and robbery and using a firearm in a commission of a felony. So we're going to hear more about this. So we'll just keep on confusing and moving forward because I did not understand. I even have it highlighted. I'm like, I don't get it. In his argument, Cam stated that a defendant cannot be convicted of 2 counts of murdering the same person.
I didn't see that in the earlier ones. So maybe if they did,
Well, there was another case that was like
where they did like, you got first degree and second degree for one person or something.
Yeah.
So maybe it was something weird like that.
While waiting his sentencing hearing, you're going to like this. Searcy wrote a letter to the students of Madison County about substance abuse.
For the DARE program.
Just say no, babe.
Oh,
Okay, I'm going to do a little quoting here.
thank you.
It is possible that I will be given the death penalty. It is possible if I have never used alcohol and drugs, this murder may never have been committed. I am asking you to make that decision today, not because perhaps your religion tells you not to, and not because your parents tell you not to, but because if you don't make that decision and someday start using drugs, it could very easily be you someday who is sitting in jail waiting to go to prison. And there is only one way to make sure that you never become an alcoholic or an addict, and that is to never take the first drink or drug. In the letter, he said to the students who already experimented with drugs that they were fooling themselves, that they had thought they could never become an addict. Quote, as you tell yourself that, I hope you realize that I have told myself that I would never use drugs, but I did. And when I started smoking pot, I would tell myself that I would never use hard drugs. I'd tell myself that I'd never use a needle to shoot up. But I was only 16 years old when I first used cocaine. And the first time I used cocaine, I used a needle.
That is an escalation that you don't typically see.
That's pretty aggressive. I, too, have said I can quit using drugs anytime I want to. I just don't want to. I, too, have thought drugs were fun and that they were cool.
I mean, I appreciate his efforts in this, but I feel like he's just doing it to be like, if it wasn't for the drugs, I wouldn't have shot that gal. Which I don't know.
Probably. Maybe. But
there's
still,
just so many people that use drugs and
Right.
rob, and they don't usually murder.
Yeah. And this does well for him.
Oh, I'm sure, because he's being an advocate for the DARE program.
Mm-hmm.
That was very big around this time.
This does well for him. Because, he's up for the death penalty.
So he's being an advocate for no drugs.
On May 31st, Judge George sentenced Searcy to a determinate life sentence with no chance of parole for the first-degree murder conviction. Searcy was also given an indeterminate life sentence with a 10-year minimum for his robbery conviction, along with a 10-year enhancement penalty for using a firearm in the commission of a felony. Still confused about
Yeah, wherever the hell that other first-degree murder came from.
I think they were... I don't know. I feel like
someone filed something wrong. I don't know.
Judge George said, while Searcy's dependence on cocaine has been orchestrated as the catalyst and even the actual cause for the killing of Teresa Rice, the court has never come close to having been drawn into the ploy that cocaine is the culprit, that cocaine was the murderer.
No.
Excellent, Judge George.
There's plenty of people that murder without being on any drugs.
Yeah, but this is the last good thing we're going to hear from him. He's a shit.
Searcy is?
No.
The judge?
Yeah, Judge
Oh,
George.
Lord.
Which I have a hard time. That doesn't roll off the tongue.
No.
Okay.
Judge George.
And Searcy gave a press conference after he was spared the death penalty. He
Wonderful.
said, quote, I want them to know how sorry I am. I just cannot express all that I have. I have just uprooted their families, he said through tears. I do think he feels bad. But you're an idiot.
Yeah.
Pills.
All over the place.
In a 35-page motion filed in June, Searcy is claiming misconduct by the prosecution in the case. This goes back to the 2 life sentences. Attorney Kim argued in a motion that the 2 life sentences handed down by Judge George were illegally imposed and that George may have been unduly influenced by overzealousness and animosity
Yes.
shown by the prosecutors. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
Too many syllables.
Oh
In,
my
I mean, I have to
goodness.
agree with that 100% because anything with a Z in it, instant brain.
Cam is asking that the robbery conviction be vacated or merged with the murder conviction. Look, I really don't understand how you can get life in prison for robbery.
I suppose. Yeah. But also, if you're like, what if they didn't get the murder at all? And so they're asking for it to be merged with the murder, like, which is so weird for me to think about. But it's like,
I just have a hard time with them, like, when there's one act committed and they just stack
yeah.
on. I don't understand that. It's one act.
But I feel like it is multiple acts, isn't it? Like,
You are
he could've
robbering and
robbed
murdering,
without-
but to get 2 life sentences for something he did in the same half hour, I just don't think. Look, robbery, bad. You shouldn't rob people.
But robbery isn't killing someone.
Right. A whole life sentence. So it's just not comparable.
Yeah.
It's just not comparable.
Especially when we know of the white collar crimes, when it's essentially robbery. These people with Ponzi schemes who have
Yeah.
stolen millions of dollars, oftentimes from their friends and closest
Mm-hmm.
confidants, because they believe in them and want to invest in their friend's shit.
Mm-hmm.
That's a little bit more for me.
The same day the motion was filed, Judge George entered an order dismissing Cam and defense attorney Thatcher, saying their services were no longer necessary in the case.
You know what? We don't need you
Are
anymore.
you filing something? Shut the fuck up.
Thank you. Next.
Public Defender William Forsberg will handle all stages of the appeal. I just feel like that was
It was kind of cunty.
it was.
I'm gonna put officially that we don't even know you.
Yeah, so thanks for filing your motion. Go fuck yourself.
Why are you here? Who are you?
Were you even invited?
You can't sit with us.
Richie. I'm sorry. I couldn't help it.
So you think you're really pretty?
In October, Judge George cut 10 years from Searcy's sentence. He ruled that he had improperly imposed 2 10-year prison terms on Searcy for using a firearm in the commission of a crime.
Whoopsie.
Only one enhanced sentence was proper.
Okay, Judge. Glad you took that off.
This is what concerns me with the 2 life sentences.
Yes. And it's almost like, it feels like when judges do this that they're like being generous. Like,
Yeah.
I'll give you a 10% discount. But it's like, no, you actually can't do that twice for one thing.
Like, oh, my bad. I'm going to do you a favor. I'm going to fix it up for you.
All right.
And by the way, I'm not excusing this guy's
No.
behavior at all. But, you know,
We
law
gotta have
enforcement
proper-
and the judicial system can be sneaky sometimes.
Can be a bag of dicks for sure. And the more that judges make these mistakes, the more you erode public trust in the system and make people be like, well, I've heard about this happening and look, it did fucking happen.
Yeah. Why am I getting 2 life sentences for the same crime? It was the same. That's how I'm sorry. It was the same crime.
Yeah, we need to be by
And
the
he's not
book.
getting out. So, I mean, really, do you have to just do that to be extra dickish? Like,
Yeah.
he has a life sentence. And if it was done well and everything was good and it was buttoned up in a clean trial, you're not going to win on
You
appeal.
shouldn't have to worry about
Right.
that stuff.
So, just having backup for backup for backup.
CYA. Cover your ass, do the right thing, don't be a shit, and don't be trying to jam on charges.
Just
And
extra. And we've seen that in a lot of
Yes.
these cases we've done. In 1990, the Idaho Supreme Court upheld the conviction for the fixed life sentence for Searcy. Searcy was challenging the Idaho legislature's 1982. This blew my mind, by the way. Did not know this. How did I not know this? We're like almost 30 episodes deep, and how did I just... Okay. He was challenging the Idaho legislature's 1982 abolition of the insanity defense in criminal cases.
Because, Idaho don't like to fuck around with that.
We don't do it.
We're like, yeah, sure.
We don't. It's not even a fuck around. It's not even an option. Like, there is no insanity defense.
It basically can get you to go somewhere and become mentally competent. Like, that's kind of what happened with Lori Vallow.
That's exactly.
They're like, sure, you might not be now. We're going to find a way to make you.
We're going to give you some drugs and give you some therapy.
We're going to get you so many therapists.
And then you're going to go to trial.
And one of the therapists is going to say that you're okay. Yeah. And then you're going to be competent.
Yeah. Then
that's kind of...
Then we're good.
Yeah.
But I had no idea. I didn't realize that in Idaho you could not plead insanity.
No. And
it's a rare thing that even works anyway. It's like grasping for straws in any other state. But we just do not offer that.
It just isn't an option. No, and also there's something that's a thing that I've heard I listen to a lot of Dateline podcasts, but there's one thing that is in several different states that is basically a crime of passion, where you can be convicted and then you can kind of pull this out as a loophole and say, well, someone was in the throes of passion or something spurred you to it in the moment, and you can get 2 to 20 years for a murder. If the jury has to approve it and say, yes, they did murder this person, but the attorneys have convinced us that this is something that was like a snap of the fingers type of emotion.
What I'm totally thinking right now? Shawshank Redemption. He caught his wife. He walked in and caught his wife sleeping with a golf pro.
That he didn't really do it, but he could have used that.
Right.
No, there's one, and I'll have to look up the actual episode, but where basically a gal and her rich husband, they were both rich. They had a personal business, which they were also in trouble with the IRS. So they were kind of scammy as well. But he had a many years mistress that supposedly they both knew about each other. The wife said she didn't. But they got in a road rage incident.
I remember that.
Yes, and she got convicted of killing him, but they did agree that it was a in the passion of the moment thing, and so she got 2 years for it, and she was able to get out and then got persecuted or prosecuted from the tax evasion or scammy stuff. I don't know, but there's been I think 2 cases that I've heard of in that area of the U.S. where it's like, it's basically a loophole. Like, you wait for the jury to find you guilty, and then you say, but what if I got really mad right in like a short period of time? And you can 2 years. Wow.
Because obviously I listened to the Datelines. I listened to all of it. And you hear this come up, and I never knew that it was not a defense in Idaho. So.
Good old Taterland.
Defense attorney Forsberg argued Searcy has a constitutional right to use the lack of mental responsibility as a defense. Idaho Solicitor General Lynn Thomas said Searcy's action in the murder showed none of the disorganization or disorientation that would indicate insanity. Fair.
It is fair. Like, we're looking for someone who has like a diagnosed bipolar, schizophrenic, like, that's what you're looking for with the insanity, not just
drugs and alcohol. Look, you hit somebody when you've been drinking. There's no,
it was insanity because I was drunk.
No, sorry. Did you get drunk on purpose? Yeah, you did.
Everyone was doing cocaine.
Everybody.
And they're not out here hiding on top of coolers, robbing the local grocery store.
This she was so young. And they were just doing their jam, racing their kids.
They're not getting rich. They're not
they're working their fucking asses off. They have
a small supplier, like a small grocery store.
And they have their latitude, but they're still living and breathing that fucking job 24 hours a day. They are living and breathing
They're
that
supplying their community
Yep.
with growth. So they're part of the community. They don't get deals like a Walmart or Albertsons.
business.
They're trying their best. So yeah,
And
fuck you,
living and
Cersei.
breathing that business. Like,
Yeah.
they're there all the They don't close what? She was there between 8 and 9 closing up. So they close at 9 and they open at 7.
Mm-hmm.
Like, okay, I'm going to go home and go to sleep. And then husband gets up and then she gets up and takes care. Like, that's all they do.
Yeah.
Work, work, work. I've done it.
And the whole community knows them.
Yeah. Quote, there isn't any evidence of anything other than a planned, cold-blooded, violational act.
Yeah, he didn't just insanely be like, what am I doing? I'm robbing
He
and
thought he was
shooting."
killing ninjas or...
No. Zombies or...
Yeah, no, there was none of that. No. Idaho still allows a defendant's mental condition to be considered during sentencing, just not as a defense.
Yes.
The insanity defense is not available in 4 states. Minority always.
Yeah. Who did you know what the other states are?
Idaho, Kansas, but the other 2 are in pocket ready. Montana and Utah.
Oh, so we're like buddied up with 2 of them, and then we're like, oh, Kansas is with us.
Kansas!
We're not in Kansas anymore, Dorothy.
Yeah. So Kansas is kind of the off-cast, but we touch all these borders
Yeah.
here.
Broskies.
In December of 1990, Searcy is sentenced for a 3rd time. Oop. Judge George resentenced Searcy to life in prison without the possibility of parole, an indeterminate life term with a minimum of 10 years for robbery and another 10 years for the use of a firearm. Why? Because Searcy was not in the courtroom when he resentenced him the 2nd time, removing the additional firearm sentence.
Can we please find out a way to check the boxes, Idaho? Some of these are such...
It's just a fucking checklist.
They're simple.
It's just a checklist.
Is the defendant here? No. No sentencing.
Yeah.
Clerks. And I'm sure probably the clerks were like, I think this is maybe not a thing. And the judge is like, yeah, I'm the judge.
I'm the boss.
I'm the judge of this county.
He's been resentenced fucking, yeah.
Just to get everything, all our P's and Q's in order. What a shit show.
There should be a checklist. Attorneys here, check.
Defendant.
Paperwork, check. Defendant, check.
Are we charging 2 times for 1 crime? If there's a check here, that's a problem.
Okay.
Good God.
In 1991, there is an appeal in from the Idaho Court of Appeals for the 2nd life sentence for Searcy. But the court upholds the sentence. I don't get it. This is because Searcy was asking them to review the 2nd sentence he received, not the 3rd corrected sentence.
He didn't do his paperwork right.
But he did his paperwork. This is what I think. He did do his paperwork right, but then he got resentenced during the appeal.
Which is a new file.
It's just, I just had to. I mean, there's so
all
many
the
appeals.
red tape.
In 1993, in a ruling by the Court of Appeals, Searcy won a modified sentence. The additional prison term for use of a firearm during a felony is an indeterminate period to match the indeterminate life sentence that he received for the robbery.
They tried to kind of throw him a bone, is what it sounds like.
Yeah.
Which, like we've discussed on other cases, when they're like, you have 4 life sentences, we'll take off 1.
Winning.
What difference does it make? I mean, I guess if you had some type of constitutional grounds for all the other shit, maybe. But I feel like sometimes the courts are like, we don't want to talk about this anymore. Sure, we'll write it off. We'll write it off.
Here you go. Here's your little win ticket.
You win.
So currently, we went from 93 to 2025, right?
Quite the jump.
Barryngton Searcy is currently 58 and is serving 2 life sentences in the Idaho State Correctional Institution.
Because he was so young.
Yeah.
And he's still sitting.
That's a lifetime.
Man, cocaine was not for you, bro. No.
No.
I'm glad you participated in the DARE program because truly, what the fuck?
Don't do it. Look, I've known people that have done drugs and cocaine never, like that's a recreation. You can fuck up your life.
Mm-hmm.
You can fuck up your
But it's not
financial,
like a meth
job,
or a
all that
heroin.
stuff. I don't hear very many people murdering about cocaine.
Unless they're a dealer or a distributor.
Right.
No, not just a
Not an
recreational user. No.
or even an addicted cocaine user. I was just like, really, dude?
No, very young. Shouldn't have been. And once again, there's so many we've heard this so many times where someone could have just robbed someone, and the outcome of you robbing, even if you get caught, if someone is able to remember you, is so much less than getting a murder. So if you needed the $1,000 and the silver coins, you might have been able to escape and sometimes live for 10, 20 years.
Right.
Because the police are not following you and searching for you like a manhunt for a
No, but
robbery.
those kids are looking for your gun.
Instead of a murder, though,
Yeah.
then every freaking police force is going to be out for you.
Yeah.
And
Especially
you
in that
could have
time.
got 10 years, 20 years, maybe, who knows? Like,
And could have fixed your life. You could have been out by the time you were 30 and had a life. You could have went and educated yourself while you were in prison.
you could have been a paralegal.
That's a popular thing. And then, get out. You learn your lesson because you were so young. Don't be murdering. Stop. I mean, you really shouldn't rob. Robbing, I imagine if I got held up at gunpoint, it would be a traumatic experience. I would be scared. I would have a lot of trauma, but I would not be dead.
Yes.
I would not be dead.
And I'm sure most people would be like, if you're a business owner, $1,000,
Give it.
what do we do with in loss from stealing or from rotten product or expired product? $1,000.
Right.
I think most people are willing to part with that for their lives.
Oh, I don't
But it
think-
sounds like this dude wasn't. I think he thought about not doing it, but then was just like,
Fuck it.
I gotta be.
And I do think that there was a struggle over that gun.
Mm-hmm.
And whether he pulled the trigger or it accidentally went off, I think that changed
Yeah,
all of his decisions.
because now you've already kind of crossed that threshold.
It's done.
Yeah.
Because you should not be having a loaded fucking weapon. Well, A, never rob. B, do not
Robbing with a
take a
firearm.
fucking loaded gun anywhere where you're not expecting to shoot somebody. Because it doesn't take much to pull a trigger.
Well, and even if you don't shoot anyone, if you do a crime like this, in addition to having a weapon, that's what gets you the big time as well.
Big time.
So anyway, again, dumb criminals all over the place. Many common themes that we've already discussed in previous episodes. And this is a person that's still rotting more than half of their life in jail. Don't do drugs, guys.
Stop it. So, that's all I got, sis.
Thank you, Dani, for another great Idaho story. Follow us on TikTok, Instagram, listen anywhere you can. If you've got questions, comments, concerns, whatever you want to type to us, you just want to say hello, reach out, thelethalibrary@gmail.com. And
Look at our TikToks.
yes, we have new ones. We've been slacking.
been fun.
We've had some sickness lately, especially me. I'm sorry. We're slacking a little bit, especially on the social media front, but we'll be there.
Friendly reminder, because we have a summer, we're going to be doing every other week.
Yes.
So, and then in the fall, we will be back at it. But, we got riding and cabining and
The
fishing
sun is out.
to do. And, we both work full-time jobs, and this is our little extra. And we just have to have some extra in the summer with some sunshine and fun
Yes.
activities. So,
100%. So we're still here. You guys can still reach out. We'll still try to keep the TikToks and everything going. But every other week starting soon. Kim Fest, keep an eye out. That is June 21st.
it's a great event.
great cause. You'll hear more about that in the upcoming episodes as well. But please follow them. And overall, Dani, thank you. And 10-4, rub a ducky.
Fuck yes, sis.